So question number 4. Can you guys, this is from Johanna Mayer. She says, can you guys do a segment on
Is it
what
Joanna or Johanna?
Johanna, I think.
Let's
Okay.
do respect, please.
Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Just so that you get a swish.
Can you do a segment on what is appropriate play for dogs and what isn't?
Mm-hmm.
How do you determine when to step in and when to let them figure it out? If you have time, proper introductions as well. I feel like this is something a lot of people struggle with. Thanks, you guys are amazing as always. Oh, you're amazing, Johanna.
Okay.
Hit it.
So, first thing, if you go, I'm just going to set the broad tone. If you go to the Good Dog Life blog and you look up how to introduce a new dog to your pack, that gives you some really good overview about like a very slow introduction. Like, I know that's not exactly what you're asking, but this could be a really nice resource for anybody who's looking like, we're trying to integrate a new dog.
Yeah.
How we go about it is very different than what most people think you should go, or how you should go about introducing new dogs, and it always is. It's almost always a disaster. So,
Dog Life blog.
yeah, Good Dog Life blog. Is it up there? Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
I feel so important, and it will really clarify how we get there.
Yeah.
And it's simple, and it's existence, and it's quiet, and it's slow, and it'll be very surprising for you about what it isn't. So that's something to check out. Anyways, okay, so what does appropriate play look like? We like to call it reciprocal play, right? And basically reciprocal play is just that. It's play that is reciprocated from both parties, right? So we've got Cujo and Belle. They love like...
Let's show them.
Can you get Maddie out of the water? Did we cut it in? Oh, that's great. I love it. That's a great clip.
Why not?
All right, cool. I just don't know if I can say like cut it in and then like it doesn't show up and I'm like I look like a buffoon. Anyways, so
I would never make you look like a buffoon.
good, thank you. So you see with Cujo and Belle, they can be at a very high level of intensity, but what they have is a ton of trust and affection for each other. So they hit it off like gangbusters from the very beginning.
Day one.
No, like I'm not sure. Let me suss you out.
No.
It was like dogs are like people. Sometimes you meet somebody and you're just like, oh man, it feels like I've known you forever.
Yeah.
Same thing happens for a lot of dogs. And so Belle and Cujo have got this thing where they can play rough and tumble. He can like manhandle her. She can like bite him here and like really hold on.
And he like, arr, like
yeah, he are, but he's like, but it's cool, right?
That's fun.
And the whole gig with reciprocal play is that it is reciprocal, and that means like one dog moves towards the other dog, roughs the other dog up, and then the other dog might like roll away or do whatever and be like, oh man, you got me, and then the dog comes back and goes after the other dog. And so it's reciprocal. They go back and forth, and both dogs are comfortable. Both dogs are enjoying it. Neither dog is stressed or being bullied. Now, the way it doesn't look good is when you get the opposite, is when you've got one dog that's in this kind of like bullying state, and you've got a nervous, insecure dog, and that other dog, the bullying dog, is pushing and pressuring the other dog, and the other dog is like sending all sorts of signals, stuff like that, or trying to move away, not enjoying it, and no one advocates for that dog. That's how you create dog fights. That's how you create dogs that don't trust other dogs. That's how you lose trust in your dog's eyes, because you're not advocating and taking care of them, right? So we've had plenty of dogs. I don't know if you can link up Penny and Polar Bear, a love affair.
Got something for you, baby. Make my love be true. Got something for you, baby. Make my love be true. Good loving, never part of world you.
So Penny is this really intense pity that everybody's like terrified of, like she's going to kill every dog in town. She's one of the greatest players and so sweet, and we miss her terribly. Playing with Polar Bear.
She's alive.
She's alive.
Just, we don't see her anymore because she's
she was one of our walk doctors.
Our walking clients.
Our walk clients. And so anyway, so Polar Bear and her would play like gangbusters, and it was always awesome because it was always reciprocal. They could play as rough and tumble as they could. But think about it this way, guys. Think about about like play stuff as being like matching kids, right? You don't want to take two kids that are going to wrestle together and one's kind of a bully and one's going to like headlock the other kid too tight and the other kid's going to feel uncomfortable about it. And you know, you want to find kids that are going to be like, cool, we can play, you're going to give, I'm going to give, we can be a little firm, no one gets upset, no one loses their cool, no one loses their marbles. That's how you create good reciprocal play with dogs and with kids. Another component of this, Junior, another component of this is how sensitive is your dog? Is your dog really dog sensitive? Because if he is, then that's something to be really concerned about. Like, you're gonna have to find a dog that's really sensitive and sweet that makes your nervous dog feel okay, right? It's so dependent on your dog and the other dog to make sure that that feels good. Add some
Yeah, I mean,
color
it's
to
just
that.
like you want it like this, basically. Play, 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 play. So that looks really stupid, but you'll see it. So what I don't like when I will intervene with my own two dogs, is if I see Cujo in a playful mood and he starts going for Hercules to play and Hercules runs away and runs to the into under the couch or something like that, or into his crate, I'll go intervene right away. That's not reciprocal. Herc's like, I'm not in the mood.
Herc's like, I'm clocking out.
Exactly. He's like, I'm not down to play right now. But when they play, which they play for hours at a time, it's Cujo's all up and they're both rough players, so it's hard to it's hard for the untrained eye to be like, whoa, that feels like too much. Cujo's all up in his grill, then Herc goes right back to him, and then they're just back and forth. It's this back and forth. It's got someone said it really well. They were like, it's got a lot of
give and take, or
when animals play in the wild, it's not competition, it's contest. Was it that?
Oh, somebody said something about that.
Yeah, it's not competition, this is my space, and there's got when to it. It's contest. It's I pounce on you, then I run away and oh my gosh, don't pounce on me. It's got that sort of thing, When you see that kind of contest going down, I don't remember who said that, but that's really super healthy. And then in terms of introductions, that blog post is just awesome. We don't do introductions on walks, with two dogs on a leash. Starting with a walk is the way to go, but that's all in that blog, so check that out, Johanna. But reciprocal play, you really just want to get attitudes of the two dogs. They're both down for it.
Good matches, good
match,
fits.
And the thing that we always look out for is the edge. So you'll see it sometimes you'll see dogs that feel like there's a good match, and then there starts to be some edge to it. Like Sean always says, it's kids that play really well together, two boys, and all of a sudden one does the headlock a little too tight, and then it becomes a real fight. So you just want to watch for that, and don't become paranoid about it, because most dogs, if they don't have dog issues, are just going to play, and it's but if you start you'll feel the energy shift where there's more competition than there is contest. It's got more how dare you do that to me, and I'm if
it starts to almost get more conflict. It starts to slip almost into conflict kind of stuff.
Totally. And you can feel it. But anyway, hope that helps.
And so just to close this out, make sure that if you've got a dog that's edgy around other dogs and has self-regulation problems, or can go from 0 to 100 really quick, that's a dog you've got to be hyper conscious about. And that dog may not be able to play with other dogs in an excited state, or very select dogs. So your job is to be awesome dog mom, find good playmates for your dog, or decide, my dog doesn't really dig playing with other dogs, never feels comfortable. And if that's the case, that's okay too, right? But reciprocal play is the big name of the game. Look for dogs that enjoy back and forth and are having a blast with the whole kind of rough and tumble bunch of shenanigans. Hope that helps.